Where this gets a little bit confusing for people, I guess. When a child is born, 0 to 18, talking about changing their gender is weird, okay? Um, I don't know how else to put it. When you become 18, in the world that I want to live in, you get to do whatever is legal, okay? Abortion, change your gender if that is what you would like to do, okay? The only thing with it is I just don't want to hear any complaining after it's done. That's all. I want everyone to do what they want to do, but then they got to deal with the burden on their own personal time, okay? Now, with that being said, any adult that is in a workplace that wants to change their gender, by all means, we as humans should respect that. That's just common sense, okay? But as children, you see, and playing sports and being in the locker room, in the bathroom, homie, don't play that, okay? I don't know, when I talk to my friends, my Democrat friends, and I love them, when they talk to me, they say they ain't about that. They don't even know how it's happening. My question is, why are we still voting for the party that's doing it? Is it because the Republican Party is so bad they're going to make the world terrible, as if it could be any worse than it is right now? It could be. It actually could be. But it wasn't this bad 4 years ago. And that's a fact.
You say you care about the students, but half of you are not sure what gender is, especially transgender. I know the lawyer said transsexual earlier. That's not the correct term. It's transgender. I'm a transgender woman. My pronouns are she, her, and I will only accept those pronouns. I will not be addressed any other way. And in the workspace, I'm protected by that. Our students should be too, especially when they're not over 18, don't have a voice. So I'm just imploring you to go beyond what, just really consider, what is this fight really about? Why is it such entrenched? I know we hear a lot about religious liberty, and quite honestly, I grew up in Christian education all through college. I don't remember any of my doctrinal classes mentioning only male and female, and that's the way it should be. If you feel it is, awesome, good. You get to believe that. You don't get to impose those beliefs on anybody else. And that's actually what religious liberty is that your right to believe that is protected, but the other person that identifies as something else is also is right to be protected. So I guess I'm here to say is, with Oshkosh Pride, we're paying attention. And we're going to be involved in this conversation if it keeps on going.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous that you guys are even considering letting bathrooms and locker rooms being co-ed. I don't care how they identify or whatever kind of delusion people live in, whatever kind of mental disease that they have. Boys are boys and girls are girls. It's simple and basic. It's always been that way, and that's why we have separate bathrooms. I'm not going to allow my girls or my boys to shower with the opposite sex because I don't want them fondled or tainted by one of these deranged people sexually. And that's what lingers in these groups of homosexuality and transgenderism is sexually explicit ideology. My daughter goes to Franklin. She brought home books about how it's okay that two parents are gay in a household, and it's okay for boys to be girls and girls to be boys. What kind of delusion are you guys living in? Are people really retarded? We're still having these talks? Like, well, what is going on here? Like,
We don't use that word.
no, it's a word. I can use that if I want. Yes, I can. And I can't believe people are so open-minded. Their brains have literally fell out. Does nobody know why we had opposite sport teams and opposite bathrooms for boys and girls? To protect both sexes from one another? If they want to play some delusional game and we have to allow it, then they should have their own bathroom and their own support, their own sports. It's as simple as that. They shouldn't be allowed to women to come and shower in the boys' locker room. I don't want one of these succubuses coming in there spoiling my young gentleman. You know?
Okay, we crossed.
Hey, what? It's a word. I can use it if I want. Yeah,
No.
yeah, I can.
No,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, or what?
It's America.
Yeah. So yeah, either way, I think you guys all must have some type of mental disease, even considering this kind of thing.
Sir?
You know, I don't understand what's going on with you guys, that we're even considering this. You guys need to vote no, absolutely not, and come back to reality. Dude, you guys need to embrace God. You know, all this kind of talk, dude, from the name of the flag, dude, it is against
Thank
God.
you, sir. Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
what is the R word involved?
Yeah, well, I can use whatever word I want. It's in my big old dictionary, this thick. Okay, I want to see that.
7 to 8% of our school district revenue is at risk right now because we are currently not in compliance. That's what I just heard from the lawyer here who didn't know what gender identity was, and from the gentleman over in this direction, I forget which one, said about 7 to 8%. But those facts put together, I also am hearing a lot from folks that it has never happened before.
Okay, the Supreme Court ruled, right? Just like the Supreme Court ruled on Biden's paying for student loans. Okay, it's still going on. The only way we get to tell the politicians that 0 to 18, leave these kids alone, okay? No more. After that, feel free, have fun. Don't want to hear you cry about it. We need to not talk about Trump on this issue, okay? We need to really have a conversation because this here is so bad. You understand? It is just nonsense making life harder. You understand? And when it actually starts to happen this school year, it didn't have to happen.
That we've lost funding from a Title IX violation. I don't have the history in front of me, forgive me. I don't think we've ever been this in violation of a Title IX compliance as we are currently. Now, if we get a gender-based discrimination complaint on day 2 of school, in one of the 3 schools, one of the 19 schools rather, that are legally obligated to comply based on federal law, as it is now. I don't care what the Supreme Court might do. I don't think any of you need to care about what the Supreme Court might do because now we're out of compliance.
I'm not a hateful person. In America, if there is a gay couple that has children, that's perfectly okay, legal. Because let me be honest, some of the straight parents out here, yeah, they ain't so good. Okay, so to be against gay marriage and adopting, if you for against that, I'm not with that. Okay, I'm for that. Okay, but when you touch these kids, and when we pretended that a boy ain't a girl and a girl ain't a boy, we got to talk about it, okay? Because now we're gonna spend taxpayer money on legal fees because the states are suing the federal government. I don't know why the federal government has so much control over this country. Abortion shouldn't be in the federal level, state by state. And if you want abortion, vote for it, because I would. Okay. Education, have you seen our education? Baltimore, Chicago, Cal. These people don't even know how to read. It's a tragedy. And the Democrats keep saying the same thing every day. And it's the same thing every day. People can't even read out here. This is wild. It is wild. All I want to hear from an elected Democrat is what their plan is for Title IX now that the Supreme Court, just so I can just reassure that this is what they for and they're going to keep battling it until either they get it or we do not let them get it. That's true.